guys think NBC and the Today Show hired my black ass as a fluke? Like, did he really think I was the DEI hire? Do you know how white the inside of a newsroom is? No, baby, I does this, and I'm quite good at it too. I am a seasoned journalist. I have a master's degree in journalism. I literally studied how to find out. I get paid to find out. I bought this house by finding out. Did you not think I would find out that you were married the entire time that we were together? Baby, I am a journalist. What didn't click? Do I need to start an intro?
In the midst of talking about DEI, she got time today. She got time to call her ex. Bro, she a real scholar journalist. You know what I'm saying? She got a master degree for real. Believe her when she says that. In the midst of talking about DEI and how she got her job because she does this. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She bought that house because she does this. She does her research, basically, is what she's saying. Got time to call out her ex that she was dating in the midst of talking about this. Yeah. Y'all fellas, look at the face. You run across her, just know she's a master journalist. She's going to find out if you got the side piece her. Yo, what's poppin', GE gang? It's your boy Foosh Nigga, man. We back with another reaction video. How my people doing? Hey, how my people doing today? Yeah, feel me? Turn me up a little bit. I'm gonna turn you guys up all the way because we're gonna talk about some, and we're gonna keep it real relatable over here. You already know how GE gang do. And if you don't know what GE gang is, yeah, we grind every day and we go after new goals. So if you're on that type of time, hit that subscribe button like right now. Hey, check this out, man. We about to get to this video. Subscribers sent me a video about the DEI talk. We want to talk about the DEI, you know what I'm saying, and how, you know, Target took a big loss. We're not talking about the DEA. This ain't no detective stuff. This is DEI. Are they going to keep you in or going to keep you out type? Make sure you head over to that reaction playlist. You're going to find 80-something videos. You can indulge in the channel because we do give that real talkery and we do give that roastery. You better believe that. It depends on which one you're going to see and which one you're going to get at the same time. But we keep it real interactive. Make sure you get in that comment section and let's talk about it. But let's go ahead. I ain't going to hold you guys up, man. Let's go ahead, get into it. And let's see what, you know what I'm saying, what we about to get into. The DEI talk.
So the Conservative Party, the Republicans, want us to eliminate DEI altogether. All right. Well, there's one area that deserves attention in this. If we're truly going to do this, that's removing demographic information in job and school applications. If we're truly committed to creating a level playing field for all individuals, then it's time that we remove questions about race, sex, and ethnicity from these applications.
Oh, I fuck that. I like that.
Doing so, we can ensure that candidates are evaluated solely on their merits and qualifications rather than being judged based on factors that are beyond their control, right?
Right.
This change would align with the principles of meritocracy. That's what you want, correct? Where hard work and achievements are rewarded regardless of one's background, right?
That's how it should be anyway,
though.
though.
Of course, eliminating DEI, all of those initiatives does not mean that we ignore discrimination or inequality. Perhaps it may mean finding new ways to address these issues without resorting to quotas or other policies that can be seen as unfair or divisive. Just as we recognize the unfairness of college admissions that favor wealthy families, so too should we acknowledge the potential biases inherent in using demographic information in job and school applications.
Talk about
Both of these practices can reinforce systemic inequalities and prevent talented individuals from reaching their full potential. So removing demographic information from one's application is one step towards creating a more level playing field. But as we all know, that's just one piece of the puzzle. There are many other systemic issues that contribute to inequality and hinder social mobility, such as wealth disparities, unequal access to education, and resources and nepotism. So if the FOTUS wants to remove DEI altogether for a more meritocratic approach to hiring and admissions, then privilege and access need to be part of the conversation. I'm just saying.
Work at a large bank, and they had pretty robust DEI programs in place, and that included.
Listen, I don't even know why we gotta have this in place. You know what I'm saying? This stuff in place in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, it's common sense and understand that some people just want to hold people down and hold people back, or try to anyway. You know what I mean? Like, because it absolutely makes no sense why absolutely no sense why race, gender, creed, whatever, ethnicity has to do with how you can do the job. You feel me? It should have always been off of your skills and your ability to get the job done. So you tell me you're going to pass up this person that's fully skilled, that's been doing the job for 10 years, and give it to this other person because you feel in some type of way, and they might have 2 years, and you just, that's what we doing? Like, I'm confused. This should not even be a thing, to be honest with you. But we already know it is. That's why they put the programs in place. But like, I'm with her. Get rid of all those other questions in there, because it makes no sense. That shit has nothing to do with what, you know what's crazy though? Even if you get rid of it, right? Like, the people that's going to hire you is going to hire you. They need to be really interviewed for diversity. Like the hiring managers, they need to be diverse, because it doesn't matter if it's not on application or not, the ethnicity, religion, race, whatever. As soon as you walk in there for that interview, they gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? Get people that are very diverse to do the interviews in a fair process. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we're gonna fix it. This is crazy to me. Like, and I know there's plenty of people out there, this is just stupid as fuck. It is. You know what I'm saying? That we even have this conversation and this talk that we're just not hired based on our ability and the skill to get the job done. Simple as that. But what Kendrick Lamar say? They not like us. They not like us. We get it.
Employee resource groups. Employee resource groups are completely voluntary. They are always employee led. They're in addition to your regular job. It's something extra that you do. But the idea is that you're going to bring together people who have similar backgrounds, interests, experiences such as race, gender, sexual orientation, veteran status, parenthood, etc. For a couple of years, I was the head of our regional diversity and inclusion council, which meant that I got to work with a number of these employee resource groups. Our goal was basically summed up with these two things. It was organizational alignment. So by bringing together really diverse groups of people, we were helping to contribute to the company's overall DEI goals. And the second one is community building. And I think the most important thing is this: it would help people feel a greater sense of belonging. One year I was attending our Pride kickoff. It was a pretty big event. It was not just members of our Pride group, but we'd brought in a lot of leadership from throughout the company. At one point during the event, someone came up to me, and this is someone who I had worked alongside for many years at this point. And they said, "Thank you so much for helping to put this event on. It's the first time I've ever felt comfortable telling my coworkers and my employer that I am trans." Now, mind you, I had worked with this person for years. I had no clue they were trans. No clue. They could have just kept on not telling anybody this, but we had provided an environment where they felt that enough people were there to support them that they could actually be true to who they are. That is why DEI programs exist. It is not so that you hire a certain number of people. It is to foster a sense of belonging, to make differences feel normal. It's to hold ourselves accountable to just being better. A lot of people seem to think that DEI programs are racist or a waste of money, but I cannot think of a better way to spend time or resources than helping someone feel like they belong.
I'm just sitting in my car just so upset because I have to listen to people talk about shit like DEI hire, and And what they don't realize that they're saying is that they're saying that people who look like me don't deserve our jobs, and we're only getting hired because we're black, or because we're a woman, or because we're queer. And like, that's so untrue. You don't even realize that people who are black, or who are women, or who are queer, or who are Hispanic, or who are minority, we work extra hard. We work extra hard at work every day, every single day, just to be seen at the same level and caliber as everybody else we work with. Even as black authors and black writers and black creators, we have to do so much more work just to be seen, just to be heard. And we work through things that nobody would ever want to work through. And things like self-love and self-care, they don't matter. Because if we take time off, if we stop, we're lazy and we don't get the chance to like take a break and have like a whole plane crash and people who have died, sadly, tragically blamed on a program meant to make the world better and more diverse and make the playing field even so people can't judge me based on the color of my skin is so disheartening. Like, you guys don't even get it. You don't see it.
I understand how this hits a lot of people like it's hitting her. And listen, you guys know we keep it real. Just like the one lady said before this, like, they like to hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you guys. Like, I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks about. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about belonging. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about proving myself to anybody in this world except for me. It's me against me. That's just me. Drop it in the comment section. Let me know if you feel the same way. But when I go to my job, I'm not going. Listen, the way I work is the way I work. That's just who I am. So if I bust my ass, that's just who the person I am, right? I'm not doing it to prove nothing or I'm the better guy here. I don't give a damn. Everybody at my job knows. Everybody at my job knows. You can go ask them. I'm here for the money and the benefits. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I get in and I get the fuck out. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I don't care what they say. As long as I show up and do my job, that's it. I ain't trying to be no friends. I ain't trying to belong to nothing. I'm trying to get home to the people I know give a fuck about me, and that's my family. I understand, like I said, that it bothers a lot more people, like it's obviously bothering her. I don't care if somebody looks at my skin color and feels, I don't care, bro. Like, and you can't keep me out of nothing. That's just how I feel. I don't even like jobs. You're not gonna hire me because what? This, my color, this, that. I don't care. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go start a YouTube channel. And I'm gonna make bread on YouTube. I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna kick in my own door. That's, bro. I'm glad God made me the way he made me. I will never let nobody hold me back from, bro, I will never let nobody hold me back from the things that I want in life and feel like the things that I feel like I deserve. If that person over there has it, I know I can have it too. We might have to go a different way about getting it, but I'm gonna get mine. You know what I'm saying? If I got to start a business, I'm gonna start a business. I don't care what it is. I'm not here being held back. Shout out to everybody that is really affecting. Shout out to everybody that has their own opinion about it. This is a safe place to get in the comment section and have your own opinion. Nobody got to be mad at nobody about nothing. We can all have our own opinions because we're from different backgrounds. We're from different ethnic backgrounds as well. We're from different places in the world. We grew up in certain situations and some harder than others. Cool, whatever. I respect everybody's opinion. I'm just telling you guys mine. I'm going to get mine, and I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks about me. Only people I give a fuck that think about me and how I move and how I, ethically move, and they can count on me, is my family. That's it. I don't care about what my people, my job thing. I don't care at all.
Nothing in this world has been created so that someone who isn't qualified isn't able to get a job other than racism and Jim Crow laws and all of these things that you guys are spouting now. EEOC, DEI, all of those things were created so it would be merit-based. That's the point. That is the point. The point is that whoever is best at the job gets the job, and you have taken away programs, and you have blamed the people who are of color or who are different or who have disabilities for why this country hasn't succeeded, and the reason why this country hasn't succeeded is people like that. It's because you are so entitled because you're white and you think that you deserve it all, that you take and you don't work for it. Meanwhile, the people who are working for it are the people who are getting it because you work 3 times harder than you. So if you're mad that this situation, or you feel like you're not getting jobs, then start working like us. Start working 3 times harder. Start editing your book 17,000 times more. Start having to promote your book 17,000 times more and have people tell you that your book isn't good enough because you have diverse characters that people can't relate to. If you really want to get in this workforce, if you really want America to be great, then work as hard as everybody else who is a minority, who has a disability, who has anything that is different has to, because you created a world where we must be better than every single other person just to be seen.
So I've recorded this about 15 times, but this is the last one. I don't have time to keep doing this. I just want to say 2 things. One, if you're in Texas, please call your reps and vote against vouchers. They hurt the public education system. They also set up a private school to get more money than what public schools would get for each student. And private schools don't have to adhere to the same rules or even accept people with disabilities, learning disabilities, that is, specifically. So why are we wanting them to get more funding when they don't have to follow the rules? Or our funding, why would they want them to take our taxes when they don't have to follow the same rules? The other one is DEI. DEI statistically benefits white women more than anyone, and it benefits veterans. So when these people that are so against it, a lot of them are very pro let's have Veterans Month, but then they're against DEI. Not understanding the voucher program. Please call your reps, email your reps, whatever you have to do, convince them or try to convince them, or at the very least just ask them to vote against it.
Hi everyone. So one of the questions I've heard from people on the left is why Trump and conservatives focus on dismantling DEI policies. And I wanted to share an example of an experience that occurred in my family that illustrates why DEI is counterproductive. So I have a daughter who just turned 17, and she is one of the smartest people I know. She is brilliant, very well organized, and ambitious in everything she does. She is already a senior in high school and recently received admission to one of the universities here in our state. She got a full ride scholarship because she had a 4.0 GPA and played in the orchestra as a violinist and participated in various extracurricular activities that made her a top candidate. She got a 32 on the ACT. As you can probably see, I am very proud of her. So over the weekend, I had a friend come over and we shared with her the fact that my daughter had a full ride scholarship. And immediately, one of the things she wondered was whether she got the scholarship because she was Black. Right in that moment, my wife's ears perked up. She immediately felt the need to defend the fact that my daughter had worked her butt off to get the privileges that she was currently enjoying. She had to do that because she knew that our daughter's hard work, her perseverance, the fact that she even got her CNA certification and is now working as a CNA while finishing high school, all that work would be minimized under the idea that she got where she got because of the color of her skin. DEI literally robs people of their accomplishments. It robs them of their hard work. It forces other people to be suspicious of whether someone like my daughter earned the opportunities she has. And for those who embrace the victimhood mentality, DEI forces you to devalue your own hard work. When you succeed, it forces you to see yourself not as a product of genuine intelligence, brilliance, or hard work, but as an anomaly that fell through the cracks and got lucky. So it not only robs you of your accomplishment.
I just want to say this real quick, man. I don't know. Man, listen. I'll tell you guys know where I'm from, bro. I'm from South Central Los Angeles, bro. I was brought up in some of the worst situations, you feel me? But my parents, well, I won't say my parents, but my mom, my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, brought us up the right way. My grandmother, her sisters were teachers, right? My brain can't comprehend if somebody came and told me that their brother, sister, daughter, whatever, got into a college. My first thought is not going to be, did she get in there because she was black, because she was white? Where does that type of mentality come from? I'm confused. Like, seriously. My first thing is, oh, that's dope as hell. Boom. That's just not going to be my first thought. Did somebody get in there because of this, that, and other shit? You know what I mean? Like, how is that some people's first, their mentality even go there and to even say it out loud? Like, that's not going to come off offensive. And if you say that around the wrong person, bro, you can pick yourself off the ground. So I don't understand some people's mentality where they're bold enough to say something like that, let alone think it. The first thing to come out their mouth, did she get it because she was black? You know what I'm saying? Is crazy to me. I'm just saying, like, drop it in the comment section. Let me know what you think.
It also makes you tell other people that your success should only be seen not as a stepping stone or as a beacon of encouragement for others, but as an anomaly that others should not expect. What kind of mindset will this engender in the lives of our next generation if we keep telling them that just because they've succeeded doesn't mean others behind them can succeed as well? This is a toxic way of thinking and should be eradicated from our society. I am proud of my daughter. She will be starting college this fall at the age of 17 on a full ride scholarship.
Shout out to her.
It, and I will not let society take that from her.
I mean, did my ex think NBC and the Today Show hired my black ass as a fluke? Like, did he really think I was the DEI hire? Do you know how white the inside of a newsroom is? No, baby, I does this, and I'm quite good at it too. I am a seasoned journalist. I have a master's degree in journalism. I literally studied how to find out. I get paid to find out. I bought this house by finding out. Did you not think I would find out that you were married the entire time that we were together? Baby, I am a journalist. What didn't click? Do I need to start an intro?
In the midst of talking about DEI, she got time today. She got time to call her ex. Bro, she a real scholar journalist. You know what I'm saying? She got a master degree for real. Believe her when she says that. In the midst of talking about DEI and how she got her job because she does this. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She bought that house because she does this. She does her research, basically, is what she's saying. Got time to call out her ex that she was dating in the midst of talking about this. Yeah. Y'all fellas, look at the face. You run across her, just know she's a master journalist. She's going to find out if you got the side piece her. Hell no, she crazy for that one.
To journalism class? Because, child,
I don't think people are really understanding why DEI programs are so important, not just for minority groups, but for every business. Having worked at multiple different companies, I have seen time and time again, the main way to get hired is by knowing someone in that company. And just because of basic psychology, we are more likely to know and want to be around people that are similar to us. And so if you think about it, a lot of these industries, especially tech, there's a lot of white men. So whenever they're looking to hire new positions, where are they looking? For other white men. What DEI programs do is to help companies find other avenues to find new types of people to employ. It's not about giving a minority a job, no, they're less qualified. It's about finding minorities that are equally as qualified that you've never just had a chance to find otherwise. I don't really understand how, if companies no longer have funding to be able to invest in these DEI programs, invest in finding diverse talent to hire, how companies are going to be successful. If your company is primarily made up of one type of person, how are you going to be able to give your product or services to all different types of people? Personally, as a woman, whenever I'm looking for a product or service, I'm going to look for women-owned companies first, just because I want to support other women. If I see a company is primarily ran by white men, probably not going to be the first place I go to. Interesting to see the companies that still are prioritizing DEI programs end up in the long run having more success, because I would bet that they will be.
Have you ever wondered what it looks like when you dismantle a DEI program, what it will look like over time? I think a great example of this is the Take Your Daughter to Work Day program, because this is a program that had feminist roots. Then it got watered down into something that just doesn't work anymore. For more content like this, hi, my name is Noelle. I am a DEI practitioner, and you can find content like this on my Substack called DEI Underground, just in case this app goes away. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the history here. So Gloria Steinem, back in the early 90s, had put together this really great Take Your Daughter to Work Day program, because she was taking a look at the studies, and it was showing that girls, once they got to about middle school age, that their confidence and their career aspirations totally plummeted. Because you know when you're really little and you just have all these big dreams, when somebody says, what do you want to do when you grow up? And you say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an astronaut. Well, they noticed that for girls, that their big dreams really started to plummet once they got to middle school age. So she put this together in order for girls to have an opportunity to see all the different career paths that are open for them, to see representation of where women are absolutely killing the game in the industries that they're in, ask questions, get a mentor, and so much more. And as somebody who had a mom who worked in the media, it was awesome. We got to see how newspapers were made. We got to meet women journalists. We got to talk to people like my mom who works behind the scenes in research and understand that there's a place for all of us in journalism, which was such a cool experience. We had swag bag. It was a peak millennial experience for girls. So then we have the early 2000s, and people are saying, well, what about my precious son? He doesn't get a special little swag bag. He's not getting all this programming for him. So what can we do for the boys? So they decided to change Take Your Daughter to Work Day to Bring Your Child to Work Day, and it was not good, because at first we're taking a look at an actual problem, which is fixing the gender gap in certain industries, and instead it became sort of like a let your kid come to work with you so he can shadow you for the day, and it just lost complete focus and it started to fizzle out. There are still some companies that do it, but it becomes a distraction for people who are at work. When there are kids in the office, there's no real programming. It just doesn't really make sense to keep around anymore. This is what happens when we prioritize equality over equity. When we had an equitable program for girls, we were solving a problem. When we focus on equality, there was no problem to solve, and it became really listless and it had no purpose anymore. And this is what happens when we start to dismantle programs that could really benefit those who are in marginalized populations. It's also a great example of when we say that DEI benefits women first. This is a great initiative that was for women that was taken away because people said it just wasn't fair for boys.
Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan resisting the urge or the push to roll back the DEI programs that they have for their companies is something that I'm so impressed by, because I hope a lot of these other financial institutions, they take note and follow their lead, because a lot of you guys don't realize that this just literally you signed your kid's life away. A lot of your kids won't even get hired by some of these companies because they have now eliminated DEI. I worked at Morgan Stanley for 11 years, and towards the very end of me being there, my manager at the time said I needed to do a little bit more outside of my day-to-day in order to get to the next level. And she voluntold me and said, you need to also join the recruiting team, the campus recruiting initiative. That is not my day job. I was just like, okay, I'll volunteer and do it for a few hours. However, she wanted me to be the DEI, the diversity lead. And I was like, okay, the school that I was assigned to was Fordham. It's an HR team specifically managing campus recruiting. However, that team is filled with a lot of white women. And I was just like, okay, well, how are we kind of reaching out to the diverse candidates at these schools? And they're like, oh, we kind of go through some of these organizations. And she gave me the fraternities and the sororities. The fraternities and the sororities were predominantly white. I'm not familiar with those fraternities and sororities because that's not my background. That's not my pedigree. So I'm like, okay, what other organizations? She's like, oh, there's some professional or some academia organizations. And I'm like, once again, these are predominantly white ones. So where are we getting the diversity candidates from? And that's when I was like, okay, well, I know of NABA. My background is tax, accounting. I was like, National Association of Black Accountants. You'll be able to find some of them there, the diverse talents as well. I also know a few sororities and fraternities. I was like, we will get a combination of all the Latin, Caribbean, the African American, all the different organizations at Fordham, and get the email addresses for their presidents, email their presidents, so that those students with a 4.0 GPA can come to our events. Also, Fordham is I think it's like a high commuter school. The HR rep, once again, she didn't go to a commuter school. She went to, a PWI, and she lived on campus her entire life. So she didn't understand that, okay, it's a commuter school. A lot of these kids are probably commuting home or to work after school. They don't have time to stay after school in order to attend these events that we're planning if we want the diverse hires. So maybe we need to facilitate some of the events in the middle of the day. Me being the diversity lead, that is a diversity thought that I was able to add as value. And companies want that, because the diversity of thought is what allows us all to get around the table. Everyone's starting with a 4.0 GPA. However, our lifestyles are different. Some of them don't have the luxury of living on campus. Some of them go home and they have to monitor or babysit their younger siblings. Some of them have a second job or multiple jobs that's allowing them to get an education. So the diversity of thought, the DEI initiative, is also aligned with being able to think like a diversity student, and how do we get them? There was only 2 to 3 Black women in my accounting classes. I was in the Smeal College of Business School. There's a handful of Black students in there. So once again, how are your babies going to get hired? How are your babies going to get hired? Because if you eliminate that program, you're going to have a HR team that's just going to say, okay, I'm going to go to where this fraternity or this sorority or this particular organization is held that's predominantly white. Even at Fordham, I went to Fordham for recruiting, and I'm like, okay, the majority of the kids that we're recruiting, majority of them are Asian men. So from a finance standpoint, if we continue like this, 95% of our candidates are going to be Asian men. How are we going to get the women in there? How are we going to get the non-Asian women in there? How are we going to get the non-Asian men in there? Like, you guys will literally vote against your own. I just don't get it. And keep in mind, our counterparts, our white counterparts, more than likely, their father or their mother already worked at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. So they know when these schools are going to be visited by these companies, because their mommy and daddy is going to be like, oh, baby, the schools are coming, so make sure you're there. And they're going to be there because I just emailed such and such from HR, and she knows about you. I'm going to send your resume, but I want you to wait. Our kids don't even have that. When I speak sometime online, a lot of these kids, they don't even know. They do not know some of these companies. Some of these companies where they could be getting $100,000 in a bonus. Like, come on, man.
All right, G gang. Listen, man. So, it looks like a lot of people like the love the DEI program being around, and a lot of people is for it going away. I'm gonna need you guys to tap in that comment section. Let me know what you think. How do I feel about it? Well, I kind of already told you guys earlier how I felt about it, but I felt like I have gotten jobs. I have not gotten jobs just because maybe the way I looked, or maybe when I had dreads or braids or something like that. I have thought that. Did I let it stop me? No. It did piss me off. I got angered. Start kicking down some doors, man. Listen, I'm trying to make that 50,000. You know what I'm saying? I need that. You had to know somebody to get in. You know what I mean? So it sucks. I ain't gonna lie. Just the thought process that we even have to have these things in place. And I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the lady said, if we keep hiring the same people and the same people that look like this and the same people that do this, how are we gonna elevate? How are we gonna move forward? Yet these people here got this diverse, they got different backgrounds, so they can come from different angles, and everybody can come in and put oh man, that's a great idea. But if you keep coming with the same people and they put out the same ideas, you're gonna be stuck. I really feel like that. So you have to have diverse backgrounds. I feel like in a workplace to be able to elevate. I mean, you can only elevate so long hiring the same people that look like the same people and have the same thoughts. You can only elevate so long before somebody comes in and start taking over because they're more diverse. And all those brains and different backgrounds and ways of thinking come together and just protrude and send them further into the atmosphere with their business type. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I said, it sucks to even be having these conversations. This shouldn't even be a thing. Just goddamn humanity. Hire the people that need to be hired based on their skills. You know what I'm saying? Based off, they got a 4PO. Don't just go to one school where there's no diversity. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't know. It's a touchy subject. I don't know. Tap in the comment section. Let's chop it in the comment section because right now I'm just talking to myself, even though I'm talking to you guys. But I want to talk to you guys in the comment section and go back and forth and giving our opinions. And you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, we are gonna have our different backgrounds, so we gonna be able to have a conversation and see everybody's different point of view. And that's what we do. Keep it real relatable and keep it real transparent without getting mad at somebody for having a different opinion than you. Yeah. Tap in. It's your boy Fujiga, man. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and make sure you subscribe right now. Divulge in the channel by going to the reaction playlist. You're going to find 80 videos. Get in there. Go crazy. Type like Netflix watchery. Get in the comment section after you watch a bunch of the videos. And I'm going to chop it up with you because I comment back to every comment. That's just me. That's just who I am. I like it. Other than that, man, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you get over to that community tab too as well. I put a bunch of stuff in there today. Definitely positive vibe. And our No Spend 2025, I did an update in the community section. I made $330 today off 2 side hustles. That's going in my emergency fund. You already know what type of time we on. And I ain't gonna lie, I haven't bought shoes in like 3 months. I've been doing so good. I finally bought a pair of shoes today. Well, I ordered a pair of shoes today, but I still was able to put up $330 off a side hustle. I'm still on mine. I'm not letting up all 2025. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hold you guys accountable and make sure you guys are doing the same. So go to that community section, tap into that post, get in there, let me know where you guys are at. If you guys still doing it, if you're struggling, let's hold each other accountable and get through it. We got to go through it to get through it. You already know. It's your boy Fujiga. I'm going to catch you guys in the next video.